why do you look so down?
I want to prepare for the NMMS, but I have no idea where to start.
Oh,
Don't worry, I'm here to help. Gory Smart Channel has everything you need for NMMS prep. Just check it out. Subscribe, like, and share.
Really? That's awesome. I'll subscribe to Gowrie Smart Channel right away. Thank you so much.
Hi, today we are going to discuss about class 8th CBSE Democratic Politics Chapter 1 The Indian Constitution. First of all, we are going to discuss about what is the meaning of the Constitution. Constitution means a set of rules and principles. These set of rules and principles, everybody should be agree. There is no religion, there is no caste, there is no kind of language or any kind of things which are mentioned in this place of constitution. Everybody accepted this. So, first of all, according to our lesson, why we need the constitution? Is it necessary? Our Indian constitution is necessary for our country. Let us discuss about that why we need the constitution. Why does a country need a constitution? Yes, our country, it is in a democratic country. What is the meaning of the democratic country? Democratic country in the sense of we have the people are, that means we are going to selecting the leaders through voting. Universal adult franchise. What is the meaning of the universal adult franchise? Those persons are crossing 18 years or 18 years, such people are called as a right to vote. That means the people are eligible for the right to vote. Such people are called as a universal adult franchise. They have to utilizing the vote in the democratic country. In the democratic country, actually it is a democratic country. Democratic, it is in the Latin language, which is coming from the Latin language. The people are wants to use the vote and selecting their representatives and leaders. So we have that kind of facility provided by in our Indian constitution only. So it is a very important concept of the democratic politics. In the democratic politics is a very important concept of the right to vote. Yes, everybody has to that kind of right for the constitution, for the democratic country. The people are utilizing that votes, are very happily enjoying that votes. But this kind of facility is not available in other countries. Yes, because of our country we are following the democratic system only and a parliamentary system. But other countries, the people are not at all following that such kind of facility. Like you are going to say about that example of USA and China and other countries, they are not at all following the democratic systems. Nowadays, in our world, most of the countries wants to try to changing the country with monarchism to the democratic system, and some of the countries are wants to change the presidential system to the democratic system. Why? Because of that, the people are have involved in the politics, involved in the elections, and they have to selecting the leaders. Such kind of rights they have to needed and necessary. But such kind of facility are provided by our government through the Indian Constitution only. So that's why we need that some kind of rules and regulations in the Constitution. One more important concept is there. Why does a country need a constitution? Yes, we need a constitution. Some certain principles are there. What are the things which we have to know about that? First of all, we have to know the first point of the need of the constitution. It is the first point. Yes, in our country, people have the different religions are there. Yes, in our country existed many religions, Hindus, Muslims, Christianity, Sikhs. There are other religions also existed in our country. The people wants to, they have to give the right to vote and selecting the representative through the Indian Constitution only. So according to that religions, nobody will have to insisting that this kind of religion should be participate in the election, this kind of religion should be participate in the election. No government should not be encouraging such kind of the things. They have to implement it about that rules and regulations, everybody equal only. There is nothing will be happens about the any kind of language, any kind of customs, any kind of culture and traditions also. So such kind of rules are implemented in the Indian Constitution, because one of the important thing it is in the, we have one more important thing, it is in the place of Indian Constitution. Why we need the Constitution means the government run smooth manner. Yes, the government run with smooth manner. Yes. Why? Why the government with smooth manner? Yes. According to the 2014, before 2014, we are under the government of Congress. Yes. After 2014, we are under the government of BJP. And now in the local government of Andhra Pradesh, where you are seeing that Andhra Pradesh, before we are having the TDP, Telugudesam party, and we are other parties like that, many other parties in Tamil Nadu and otherwise in the Orissa and Karnataka, Bihar, all the 28 states, we have different kinds of governments are there. But now we are in the central government, we have the BJP government, and state government of Andhra Pradesh, we have the government of YSRCP government is going to run in the place. People are changed, leaders are changed, but rules never change. Why? Because of the Indian Constitution only. People are, whatever government, whatever things are, whatever party existed in our country, they must be follow the Indian Constitution rules only. Yes, that's why the government, whatever government they have to implement it, they should be go with a smooth manner only. People not never are getting any kind of trouble in their parties. Parties are more are there. Multi-party system is there in our government. And in our country existed a multi-party system, but multi-party system is no bother about that the Indian Constitution. Any party came to exist in our country, they must and should follow the Indian Constitution rules only. Now we are going to that another third point of the country indeed, the Indian Constitution. Only it is going to the smooth manner No, actually it is in a certain rules are there, rules and regulations rules are there, and principles are there, and we have the how to run that system of the government, how to development. Yes, the third point is how we develop the country with economically and about the people's welfare. And we are also development of the Dalits, SC/ST people, scheduled caste and scheduled tribal people also we want to develop it economically. We can development. What is the meaning of the economically? Money side, financially, we have to development should be needed in the Indian Constitution. Certain rules are existed in the Indian Constitution, and one more important thing it is in the law and order. The another kind of need of the constitution is a law and order. What is the meaning of the law and order? Yes, they have certain rights are there according to that Indian constitution. Law, it is the judiciary. We have the courts are there. Those courts are run with the ideas of the Indian constitution only. That is the means of everybody should be equal law. There is no differences between religion, poor, rich, middle class people. There is nothing it is there. They have to giving that same priority about the law and order only. Certain rules of law and order, that is judiciary, it is given by the in the Indian Constitution only. That's why we need the Indian Constitution. And one more thing, people are share their ideas in the Indian Constitution because our country is a democratic country. So that facility to sharing our ideas or that facility are provided by the Indian Constitution. So we need the Indian Constitution. The fifth point of that, we means people are share their ideas, but such a kind of facility is not there in the monarchism government. What is the meaning of the monarchism government? King's government only. The single person ruling the country, it is a monarchism government. England is the best example of the monarchism government. In that place, only the ideas, and it is in the only few peoples are wants to share their ideas in their monarchism government. But here there is no religion, there is no caste, there is no language, there is nothing. It is kind of things the people are wants to share the ideas through the media, through the any kind of newspapers. Means media in the sense of newspapers, television, internet, and nowadays we have to go through the mobile phones. Anything we can share our ideas, and people, that means the government also respond our ideas through the media only. So here that the main important concept of the Indian Constitution, we have the share the ideas also. But how it is preparing, when it is preparing, and what basis it is preparing, we can discuss now. The other concept of the how to preparing the Indian Constitution, who is the head of the Indian Constitution, we can discuss now. About Indian Constitution. About Indian Constitution, first point we have discussed about that who is the Constitution Assembly Chairman. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. The Constitution Chairman was Constitution Assembly chairman, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and we have that president also is there. The president of the Indian Constitution, that means assembly, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Dr. Rajendra Prasad is the president. When it will be started, actually it started in the year of 1946. It is adopted. There are two things are there. Adopted year and coming to the force. The Indian Constitution adopted. When it is adopted? Adopted date, it is in the 26th November 1949 adopted, and coming to the force, it is 26th January 1950. What is the differences adopted and coming to the force? It adopted means it is completed the Indian Constitution. It is a written constitution only. It is a written constitution, and it is now completed in the year of 26th November 1949. And when it was reaching to the public, that means when it is made as a rules, and it is in the year of 26th January 1950, it is the day of the Constitution Day, which we have to celebrating as a Republic Day, Purna Swaraj, complete freedom. January 26th, 1950. Every year we are celebrating that 26th January 1950. That means every year we are celebrating as a Republic Day. Why? What is the reason? Because of that, we have that in the 1947, in the year of 1947, we got the independence, but we don't know how to run the government such a time. So, that time, we are all suffering about that many religions, multiple castes and multiple languages are there. How we have to give the priority, which kind of religion can give the priority, such a kind of rules, how we have to run the government and should not be encouraging anyone, such a kind of things they have to in our national leaders. Such a kind of time, they have to write the Indian Constitution, and then they should be ended in the 1950. So, what is the 2 months gap? It is there in the 26th November and 26th January 1950. 2 months gap. There are the two stories are there. According to this is very important. Why, in that time, the time of 26th January 1950, why they have to stop? Because in the November 26, 1930, in the 1930 November, Gandhiji, and on 26th January and 26th November, in the time of 26th November 1930, Gandhiji, Motilal Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose and all other Congress leaders are secretly celebrating the Independence Day in the year of 1930. At night they have hosting the flag of India. So according to this situation, the people are waiting for that day. Actually we are completing the 26th November, but they have to wait for 26th January. Because of that, at the time of 1950, Gandhi already passed away. So that's why in the 26th January, waiting for that day, for the memorable of Gandhiji, we are wants to wait that and celebrating that Republic Day. And one more story it is there. Because of the 2 months, it is a written constitution. in that place of National Assembly. That means in the Constitution Assembly, the people wants to know the rules. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar wants to read all the articles, whatever articles are there. They have to read articles one by one, all the rules. Articles in the sense of all the rules they have to read it. According to the reading and explanation of these all the rules, he take that 2 months time. That's why they have to get the need for the 2 months gap of the completion of the Indian Constitution. This is the two stories are behind that. Why we waiting for the 26th January 1950 for that day. Okay, now we are going to discuss about that how many articles are there at present according to that 2021. How many articles we have? We have 448 articles at present. At present 448 articles, and we are implement many changes, amendments. What is the meaning of amendments? Means changes. Many changes of that according to the people's, according to the day by day, population is increasing, and we have some kind of disputes in the year of 2014. We have one dispute among the Telangana and Andhra Pradesh to dividing that we are wants to change the rules of the Indian Constitution. That means every change, it is a flexible. The Indian Constitution is a standard rules, but it is a flexible in the sense of we can change the rules. We can change. We can have to follow the rules also. So we have the 448 and 12 schedules are there. These 12 schedules, according to the 448 articles, we can follow that all the things. According to this, we have some kind of key features are there in the Indian Constitution. What are the key features are there? We can discuss now. Key features of Indian Constitution are, there are 5 key features are there. One is the federalism, parliamentary form of government and separation of power, fundamental rights and secularism. These are the key features of the Indian Constitution. What is the meaning of the federalism? We can discuss now. Federalism, it is a power sharing between the central and state government. Power should be sharing, the central and state government is called as a federalism. Power sharing between central and state. Yes, central level, one kind of government is there in our country, and state government, different kinds of government is there. Yes, in the central level, like we can take the example of central government BJP and state government of Andhra Pradesh, it is in the YSRCP government is going on. But we are also following the same kind of rules and mutual understanding between the central government and the state government. Federalism is providing such kind of rules in the Indian Constitution. Now come to the point of the parliamentary form of government. Yes, parliamentary form of government, it is there in our Indian Constitution. Yes, there are 2 kinds of houses are there, Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha. The Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha, Lok Sabha is called as the lower house and Raj Sabha it is called as the upper house. In the Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha, all the representatives are there. That means all MLAs are existed in the Lok Sabha. Whereas Raj Sabha, we have all the members of parliamentary members. In that, different kinds of members are there. Ministers also we have to there. But in the Rajya Sabha, commonly we have to say that we have in the member of parliament, MPs are there, member of parliament members in Rajya Sabha, MPs are existed in the place of Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha, we have the MLAs are there, Member of Legislative Assembly. MLA full form is Member of Legislative Assembly. It is a direct vote. It is a Lok Sabha. It is going to the directly. The people are selecting directly through vote the MLAs. MLA and MPs are it is in the indirect voting only. Okay, so these all the concepts Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha concept. In the further lessons we can discuss very clearly. Now just I want to explain about that parliamentary form of government means there are two houses are there, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and we have that MLAs, MPs and also speaker, deputy speakers and also president, chief minister and all together we have that Prime Minister also it is there. So all the councils of ministers like Education Minister, Health Minister, Financial Minister, Sports Minister, Roads and Buildings Minister, all the ministers we can call as the councils of ministers. All the ministers also existed in the place of parliamentary form of government. We can discuss later clearly in the further lessons. Now come to the point of the separation of power. Yes. The separation power it is divided into three kinds of things. One is the legislative, executive, judiciary. Legislative, it is a form of government, like legislative in the sense of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, it is come together called as a legislative, and executive means all the councils of ministers, and judiciary means court of law. It is Supreme Court, High Court and district courts we have the in our country existed. And legislative it is a framed government, it is a form of the law, form the rules. Legislative means form of the rules. Executive means implement the rules. Executive means implement the rules. Whatever rules they have to frame it in the legislative, the executive peoples are wants to implement it. And judiciary means solving all kinds of problems. There are different kinds of problems are there, state to state, otherwise district to district. And we have the problems among the people, we have different kinds of problems we have to face in that place. Who will give the judgment? Who will solve our problems? Politically or economically and financially, whatever it is, problems are there. Who will solve these problems? Yes, the problems are solved by the court. The court we can call as the judiciary. So, these power it is in the not one is more power, one is very less power. Nothing is there. Everybody equal power. We have need legislative we need it, executive we need it, judiciary also we need it for all kinds of concepts. Now come to that point of the fundamental rights. There are 6 fundamental rights are there. There are 6 fundamental rights are there according to the Indian Constitution: right to vote, right to education, right to equality, right to against exploitation, and all these rights are given in your textbook. Have a look and that all the rights. There are 6 fundamental rights. These 6 fundamental rights are given by the Indian Constitution only. These all the rights are happily enjoy the Indian citizen. Okay, come to the secularism. Secularism is one of the key feature of the Indian Constitution. It is not at all promote any kind of religion. Everybody should have the same kind of priority and importance is given the Indian Constitution. The such kind of rules are implemented in the secularism. That means not promote any religion, equal importance should be given for the all kinds of religion, and they are not any kind of political leaders also, any kind of political parties also not encouraging that to any kind of one particular religion and one particular language, one particular tradition culture. So that is a one kind of standard rule. It is written in the place of Indian Constitution. Yes, children, now we are going to discuss about the key features of Indian Constitution: federalism, parliamentary form of government, separation of power, fundamental rights, and secularism. These are all that key features of the Indian Constitution. So according to that examination point of view, they will ask you, this is a very good concept of the key features of Indian Constitution for the 5 marks answer. Please focus on that. Each per side heading you have to write that 2 to 3 points, and one more question they have to ask about the fundamental rights. Explain briefly about the fundamental right, that is also 5 marks question, or 2 marks question, name the fundamental rights. Just you have to write the names of the fundamental rights only. Okay, so according to this the Indian Constitution, we have to write that more bits are there. According to that the bit of the force, coming to the force, when the Indian Constitution came to the force, and when it is adopted, those also very important bits. We have to read thoroughly the textbook compulsory, then only you have such kind of ideas. We have to frame it. And this is the lesson, class 8, chapter 1, the Indian Constitution. Thank you.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share it.